Think you've covered all your bases with end-of-life planning? Most people make these 5 critical mistakes and don't even realize it. Stick around to learn how to avoid them and save your loved ones from unnecessary stress. As someone who has spent decades thinking about my own end-of-life celebration or my own end-of-life planning, my death, my dying, my funeral, thinking about the legacy I want to leave behind, I've spent countless hours going through this in my head. I can help you get this right the first time. Now I'm going to lay out the top 5 mistakes that people make when planning for the unexpected. Mistake number 1 is no plan at all. Many people avoid planning for their end of life, assuming that they've got plenty of time left, or for fear that it's too complicated to think about. The impact of this mistake is that it leaves all of this on your survivors and on your loved ones. And this leads to a lot of family infighting, a lot of disagreement, a lot of grievance, a lot of stress. And they're dealing with all of this stress while they're mourning your loss. To avoid this mistake, start early. Start planning this as early as possible. There's a ton of information available online. Think about the impression that you want to leave on your loved ones. Put a pen to paper. Do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be in the ground? Do you want to be in a vault? What would you like to wear? What kind of music do you want played? Who do you want to attend? What do you want the feel of that celebration to be? The second mistake people make is not communicating those wishes clearly to your loved ones. So with this, your loved ones are going to make decisions that may not align with your wishes. Loved ones may not follow your wishes simply because they were unaware. They didn't know. This will obviously cause stress and family infighting. There's no doubt about it, because one person is going to say, no, we wanted this, no, we wanted that, no, we wanted that. And again, they're trying to figure all this out while they're mourning this incredible loss. What's very important is to identify that person that you can convey these wishes to. Be it an executor, a trustee, just a good friend, somebody that you can talk to and you can share these wishes with. The third mistake people make is ignoring the financial burden. Funerals are very expensive, and there's no reason not to plan for this ahead of time. The mistake here is failing to consider the financial impact that this is going to leave on your family. Most people don't put away the funds to cover their own funeral cost. The impact here is your loved ones are now faced with this unexpected expense, and it's going to put a tremendous burden on them. To get ahead of this, you can explore prepayment options, life insurance policies, or include financial arrangements as part of your planning. The other big mistake people make is failing to include loved ones in this planning process. The mistake here is making these end-of-life decisions in isolation, without consulting family or close friends. The impact here is that your choices may surprise or upset loved ones, causing unnecessary tension. The solution here is to involve trusted individuals. Go over in detail your plan, your wishes, your desires. We know that talking about this is very difficult. It's almost taboo. This is something that people just don't want to hear. Nobody wants to hear about the passing of a loved one or the upcoming passing of a loved one. It's very difficult. But this is something that we all have to deal with at some point in our lives. We have to deal with this. You've often heard, you never get a second opportunity to make a first impression. I believe that you never get a second opportunity to make a last impression as well. And this is really what we're talking about here. We're talking about personalizing this, making it your own. The fifth biggest mistake that people make is failure to update that plan. So you've gone through the process, you've created a plan, but life changes. Depending on how far in advance you're making these plans, things are going to change throughout your life. It's very important to go back and revisit these plans and to update them from time to time. So now you know the 5 biggest mistakes to avoid when it comes to end-of-life planning. If you're still struggling with this or trying to figure out what to do, I invite you to check out our questionnaire in the link below.